What is up? Welcome back. Today I'm going to show 5 ways to force a card, which I use for almost all of my tricks because it's just, you can create some awesome things with forces, like making their card appear in their pocket, or mentalism tricks where you write down a prediction on a piece of paper, or many tricks. These are some basic ones and some less basic but still really easy forces that you can use anytime without much setup. No, I only need one card to be set up, which is the card you're going to force with most of them. Some of them need a little bit more. But yes, let's get right into it. But first, the cards that I'm using are the Memento Moris by Chris Ramsey. You can buy them on Chris Ramsey's website or on the Murphy's Magic website. I will link both of those in the description so you can get your own deck because they're freaking awesome. But anyway, yeah, right into the video. So the first slide I'm going to show is a pretty simple one to learn, but it looks pretty good. So what you want to do is you want to get the card you want to force. In my case it's 7 of diamonds, simply because it's my favourite card, and I try and fit it in every video. You put that card on the bottom of the deck, and then what you just want to count off what looks to be the bottom card. You usually count it onto a table to make it look more natural. But what you're actually doing is you have the bottom card slightly out so that you can reach in and grab the second card. So and you'll ask them to say stop whenever they would like. Continue counting off cards onto the table and they say stop, and then you square up the deck and that card remains on the bottom the whole time. Again, you just want to before you do the trick, you just want to get your thumb here and push it out slightly, or whatever you need to do, just to make it out slightly, not very far. I've only got it sticking out about that far, enough so you can just grab the edge of the card, and you just keep pulling off the second card till it says stop, and then you've got a card left. Alright, so the second force is actually a really great force. It was actually used in the movie Now You See Me.
I'm going to flip through this deck, and I want you to see one card, and not this one. That's too obvious. Pay close attention.
I'm pretty sure they actually also forced the 7 of diamonds too. Anyway, this one is a bit more complicated and will take you probably a lot of work. So what you want to do is you want to put your force card in the middle somewhere. I'll put it there, but don't put the decks together because you want to get the card that's in front of it and push it down quite a bit. So now it's sticking out about that far, and you cover that with this hand so that they can't see the card that's sticking out. You can also do this by shortening the card that's in front of your force. So you can see here that the card in front of the 7 diamonds is down, but you can also just cut off a very small amount from the top of the card, and that will achieve the same effect, and you don't have to hide the bottom of the deck. Once you do that, you'll say, I want you to try and see a card at the bottom card that's too obvious, and then just riffle through it. Just look at the deck and let it go. You want to try and get, I quite often practice this by just recording it and seeing if I'm going too fast or too slow. Usually you have to do it twice, so you go, sorry, that was a bit too fast, and do it again, and then they'll see the 7 of diamonds because it stops on the 7 of diamonds for slightly longer, so they can see the 7 of diamonds. Alright, so this next force is a riffle force. What you want to do for this one is, this is pretty basic as well. You want to get your force card and put it somewhere in the middle of the deck. So I've got it about there, and then you want to keep a break underneath the card. So I just got a massive break with my pinky underneath that card, so that the next card above that is the 7 of diamonds. And then all you're going to do is you're going to just make sure you're covering that break by putting your thumb along the side like this, and then just asking them to say stop whenever. It doesn't matter where they say stop, as long as it's somewhere in the middle. It's going to be quite difficult if your spectator is one of those people that wait till the very end. But what you're going to do is you just want to ripple through it until they say stop, and then kind of cover it by pushing it and making it look like you're picking it up with these fingers, but actually picking it up from the back where your thumb is, and that's pushing it from the brake. So you go through, they say stop there, make it look like you pulled it up, you've actually pulled it up from the brake, and there's your force card. But again, like if they said right down here, they said stop, and you try and pull it up there and you have this much left over, it's going to be pretty obvious. So just watch out for that sort of thing. Now this next force I actually learned off Chris Ramsey, who designed the deck of cards, so this is one of my favourite forces. Pretty much you just fan out the cards, ask them to touch the back of any card, you push that along and it'll be the force card. So to do this, what you want is you're going to put the force card goes on top, and either before or during it you just kind of casually put this in and then fan over the top of it. So you've got one card, you got the force card in front of the other ones. And again, you just gotta push, and you can also do it with a few cards, doesn't matter, you're just gonna go like that casually and then fan over it. And I'd say to touch the back of any card, you'll push that along in and kind of square up the deck, and that's the 7. Oh, that was horrible. And that's your force card. So you get, just showing you from the front, you fan it out, they'll select one of the cards, and then you just push that in like that, and there's the force card. It's a pretty simple one, but it's definitely a really good one that really works well. Alright, and for the final force, which actually I probably shouldn't have left this for last, it's not the best one. Unless they're watching very, very closely, or are pretty good at maths, then they're not going to really pick up on this. But what you'll probably need a table for this, and then you'll also ask them to pick any number, any random number. So they said 7, and then you'll have the force card on top, and if they say 7, you go, alright, so what I want you to do is this. Go count out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, alright? And you put that whole thing back on top, just like that, and get them to do it. So they'll count out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then the top card will be the force. This is pretty simple, pretty much you're just reversing this. Say they said 5, so now the 7 diamond is now the 5th card down, so when they count out 5 cards, the 5th card is the force. This was actually on Penn and Teller Force, I believe. Not as a fool, but one of the things at the end where Penn and Teller showed a trick and it used that force. But yeah, that actually works quite well. I use it quite often in one of my tricks that I haven't actually put up here yet, but I will soon. So yeah, that's that force. Alright guys, that is all. Thank you so much for watching. But if you'd like to check out these playing cards, these are the Memento Mori by Chris Ramsey, then I'll link some places you can buy them down in the description. And yeah, also one more thing before I go. Today, this arrived. If you don't know what this is an Omni deck. I mentioned it in the color change video, but it didn't arrive before I could do the actual show you how to do this. So next video I will do an entire thing on how to use this Omni deck. It is really cool. I've only used it once because it arrived today, but I actually need someone else to help me with the demonstration, so I will wait until tomorrow. So yeah, that is all. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, then please like the video and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.